What is Culwick? Culwick is a self-directed choirs competition, and it takes place every year around November. First to third years have their own competition, and each form class from first to third year forms into a choir, and from their form they choose a conductor and a pianist. They each have a different song. They are against each other in the competition. Fourth, fifth and sixth years, then their entire year forms a choir, and again from their number they choose a conductor and a pianist. And every year, one afternoon on a Wednesday, we get together for the competition, where there are prizes awarded from first to third year for best conductor and best choir and best accompanist. And then fourth, fifth and sixth years, again there's the prize for best conductor, best choir and best pianist as well.
Culwick is iconic. Like, it's such a big thing in Alex. I feel like it's the best event in Alex.
I think Culwick is the most amazing music competition that any school has in the entirety of Ireland, and probably the whole world, which Alex, is the leader of all things in the world sometimes. But Culwick definitely, because I don't think many schools have choral in-house competitions.
So this is my first year here in Alex, and I really didn't know what Culwick was. And when I found out about it in the assembly, I think they were talking about.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I didn't really know what it was, and I thought like people had to audition, and it was like an exclusive competition.
A lot of schools have their own school choirs. They rehearse after schools, and they go off elsewhere to perform competitions, and they'll sing at the school carol service. But actually, not force, but to promote the forming of choirs in every single form and in every single year of the school is an amazing thing to do. And the fact that it happens every year without a hitch usually is a great testament to the legacy of Culwick in this school.
It sounded really exciting because everyone was included, and I can't sing, but here I am singing.
And my first impression was that yes, it was an amazing thing. It was an amazing thing in itself that it was happening, but it was amazing how at the end of the day everyone got into it, everyone actually participated, because no matter how hard you try in school, there's always something that not everyone will do, and not everyone will join the school choir, not everyone is on the hockey team, but this is something that brings the entire school together. Even on the afternoon of Culwick, we all gather in the concourse, staff and students, together as a community to take part in Culwick and to watch it and observe it and listen. And that's one of the few events in the school calendar that the entire school is present for. So I think it's great in that way.
I thought it was like a really nice idea because we're all joining in together as a whole year, working together, and we're all pitching in and we're all working really hard. And it's nice that we get to bond
Together.
Yeah, and I found it really hard bonding with anyone beginning of sixth year. And so it was nice.
So here we have our box of all important music, which has literally just arrived from Salt Lake City from J.W. Pepper. So is this the moment?
Fanfare.
Order form, here we go. And here is our piece. Am I allowed to show it to you? Here is our piece for 4th, 5th and 6th years.
Wow.
Excellent. Isn't this very exciting? So girls, you better get working.
On behalf of the music department and the college, I would like to welcome you all to our annual Culwick competition today. Today's competition is in memory of Florence Culwick. Miss Culwick was a music and choir teacher here in Alex. By all accounts, she was much loved, hard-working and an inspiring teacher who passed on her love and enthusiasm for music to all she taught. She died suddenly in 1929 after many years of dedicated service to the school. The Culwick Choral Cup was presented to the school in her memory. It is quite fitting that her legacy remains on in what can only be described as a truly unique competition, one that promotes self-directed learning, leadership and teamwork, all through the medium of choral singing. And no other school in Ireland has such a competition. The Culwick Choral Competition has been running for 87 years now and has without a doubt become one of the highlights of the calendar here in Alex. and I have no doubt that Miss Culwick would be very proud of all the hard work and preparation that goes into preparing for today by each of our choirs. I would like now to extend a huge welcome to today's adjudicator, Mary Pembry. Mary is a professional soprano, singing teacher and adjudicator.
Okay, so it looks like this is it, okay? Now, we have a most unfortunate situation this year in that you don't actually have a choir class, which is desperate because it's such a busy year for you. Before I announce the piece, who might be interested in being a conductor? Okay, and is that it? And then I just believe we have our conductor.
No, I really like being a conductor. I kind of fell into it in 4th year, and ever since, like, I really enjoy it. I really enjoy, like, seeing everyone progress. Obviously, it's a bit stressful because it's like you're taking on a role of a leader amongst your peers, which is really weird because obviously, like, why would I be telling my peers what to do? But then as conductor in our school, we have that thing, and you kind of have to be that. So yeah, it's weird, but it's really rewarding. And if we win, it'll be so worth all the stress and everything.
The song is Imagine by John Lennon. Yay! Now, remember how we start this? So we go sing as low as you can, put your arms out like that. Okay, one more time. Brilliant. Okay, so you can sit down now. They're good singers, but I feel like they're struggling with the harmony parts. So we'll have to see how they get on with it.
It's not too hard.
It's definitely not too hard. It's easy enough. So, who's going to be our conductor?
Me.
Oh, well, there's a few people who might want to do it.
Do we get to the bed? No, guys, we have to bed.
Also, we actually might need one or maybe even two solo singers as well. Whoa! Okay. Wait, guys.
And we need somebody to play piano first as well.
I know that it's a
You learn it over midterm, okay? Did you learn it in C?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would know it in C as well, but you know. What for now, right? What I'll do is I'll play guitar. 1, 2, 3, go. No country. Try and sing louder, girls. Need more volume. Okay, keep going. Okay, yeah, guys. Yeah, it sounded good. Okay. They're great at doing the. They're great at just singing it, and they quite like singing, but it's just trying to get the altos a bit louder. And when we started doing the whole song together at the end, they weren't doing their part at all. They started singing the soprano part, you know, the main melody. So I don't know. We'll have to see. I have high hopes for them though. They're a really energetic bunch. So we'll have to see.
The songs this year are as follows. I'm sure you already know most of them, if you haven't heard them once or twice in the school. First year are singing Imagine by John Lennon. Second year will sing Super Trooper, made famous by ABBA in their musical Mamma Mia. And finally, third years will sing This Is Me from the film The Greatest Showman. And just before we start, I have some words of advice for our first and third years. Third years, I want you to remember that this is your last year performing in your form groups. I want you to get up here and show us that you are not strangers in the dark. This is you, or rather, this is me. Second years, we can't all be super troopers or dancing queens, but I know you will give it all the best you can for one night only. And first years, as this is your first Culwick experience, this is about to begin. You may say I'm a dreamer, but this will all be over in about an hour. Just imagine that.
Yeah, efforts. Okay. To be honest, like, effort is horrible.
But like, I think it was better than 5th year.
Yeah,
I don't know 4th year, but like, it was better than 5th year.
It was better than 5th year. Like, we all have a goal, like, oh, we need to win.
Well, in fourth year, let's be honest, we did not have a chance with those sixth years at the time. They were very talented that year. Last year, I think that all the three choirs were very even. Like with the singing, we even got told by a lot of people that like our singing was better, but because last year's sixth year's overall performance was really like they did so much extra, that theirs just kind of brought them over the extra bit. So yeah, I think last year it was a lot more even between the choirs, and now this year we have fourth years this year who are a very musical and like overachieving year. They're all like really like musical, academic, sporty, like all of it. And then the fifth years, I actually haven't heard them sing at all, so I don't know if they're good or not. But they were good last year, so obviously they probably will be.
I think with sixth year there's a lot of pressure to win because we've been doing it the longest. We have the most experience. It's all there for us to win. So I think a lot of pressure is felt.
Katie Warren, Paddy, Lee, Steph, Ali, Hannah Miller, and Rosie. Yeah? Okay. And then also everyone else. Okay, guys, please listen. Okay, so those are the notes. I'll sing with her now so you can kind of hear it. So it goes, the minute you walked in the joint, I could see you were a man of distinction, a real big spender, good looking, so refined. Okay, do you guys feel okay with that? Yeah. Cool. Okay, so soprano 2, so you have the same until big spender, and then you say, I know that I sent it in with the wrong rhythm originally, but then I sent it the right one after. So I'll just move it.
So I think in fourth year and fifth year, like in fourth year we were like, it was the first time we were all working together as a choir, and so like we weren't really sure, and there was a lot of messing going on, like there was a lot of singing, and we had like in fourth year and fifth year I think we had a lot more fun doing Culwick rather than this year. It's a lot more serious and people are like, if we don't win there's going to be trouble. So I think like maybe if we just have a little bit more fun with it, it might be a bit better, but I'm not sure.
It's like there's no drama this year, which is insane.
Yeah, there's no drama, which is something that I honestly didn't see coming. Everyone has just been like very...
Fifth year there was a lot of drama actually.
There was a lot of
drama.
Like, to be honest, our year is not good at teamwork.
Being the conductor is a massive job, okay? So, not only is the conductor the person that keeps everyone in time together, okay, at the front, but they are also the person that organises your extracurricular practices and all that sort of thing.
Clara would be great for that.
No one listens to me.
Clara, would the both of you like to try out today? Yeah. Okay, who wants to go first? Okay, why don't you both come up? Okay.
Yeah. Do they have to be like know how to conduct?
No, you have to kind of know what you're doing. Okay. So I'll teach you guys. Okay. So.
It's always very interesting to see who becomes conductor in each form and in each year for 4th, 5th and 6th years. First years they don't really have a grasp of what's actually going to happen. They don't know what they're letting themselves in for when they volunteer to be conductor in first year.
So the thing with the conductor, right? The thing about the conductor is that's the only thing that I can't choose. I'm going to choose the piano player, but you guys have to vote for your own conductor, okay?
No.
No.
It's anonymous. They turn their backs and everybody's.
Oh, yeah, no, it'll be an anonymous vote for sure. Yeah, see, that's the thing. You are taking your tempo off the conductor. So, like, you won't be behind them here, you'll be kind of over to the side, so you'll be able to see. Or Charlotte, but, you know, Charlotte doesn't seem to want to do it, so I think it might be you. Yeah, but someone has to do it, and I think you've learned a good bit of it, and you wouldn't learn it if you didn't want to do it. So, like, well, we decided who the piano player was going to be because there was no one else who would do it. So that's all good progress. You ready?
It's like I start.
See, 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You guys weren't really looking at her, you're looking at your sheets.
We don't know the word.
Yeah, but that's fine. But like, just, you know, just try your, like, this is just an audition. This is just them trying their best. Now, Natasha, do you want to give it a go? Still? Alright, we ready? Yeah, everybody. Now, Natasha, you can do things like, you know, tell them to get louder and stuff. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Everybody quiet?
Okay.
Everybody close your eyes. So,
Why do we close our eyes?
can't influence each other either. Okay, so, hands up for Natasha.
Oh no.
Okay? Hands up for, okay? Hands up for Natasha. Okay, hands up for Clara. Okay, guys, turn around, everyone turn around. So, guys, shh, okay. The person who is going to be our conductor is Natasha. Okay, well done, Natasha. Well done to all our conductor girls. Okay, well done. It's great to see that you. It's great to see there's no animosity here at all. No hard feelings at all. That's great. So guys, I think, guys, even though the other two of you guys didn't get it, well done for trying. That shows real initiative and well done, okay? So, they seem to know the song sort of well, but you know, I think they forgot a lot of stuff over midterm, so gotta keep on them for now, and hopefully, I think Natasha's going to be a very good conductor. Okay, I think they picked the right choice there, because maybe she isn't, you know, the best at actually conducting, but she's definitely going to be the best organizer for sure. And she's going to get them all in tip-top shape, I think.
Conductors are always elected democratically. So the year group of the form will elect by vote their conductor, and that is the final decision. And once that is done, that's the last piece of democracy that comes into place in Culwick. The rest of Culwick is not a democracy, it's a dictatorship, with the conductor at the helm, as it should be.
love you. Fun class, fun class, fun class, fun class, fun class, good time, fun class, good time, fun class, good time.
Wait, that's so good. Okay. So we literally have done most of it already, so that's so good. We're trying to have it done before midterm, which means Wednesday for us, because we're not here on Thursday and realistically on Fun Day nothing's going to happen. So hopefully for Wednesday we will have just covered each section, just not be perfect, but just have sung at least once.
We still haven't won, and it's our last
We
time
want to win a lot more. Like every year we're like, we want to win even more, and I don't even think it's possible, but yeah.
And especially like last year, like we were actually so good. Like,
We were close last year, I think.
We were so close. So this is our last time to win it, and like it's our last like time
I
doing
think
it
we're
together.
going to be devastated if we don't, so just...
So that's, I think, what's like different about it.
And then our year, who aren't necessarily very musical, we're not a year that as a year is good at one thing. Like we have a few people who are good at this, a few people who are good at that, but we've all worked so hard for this that I think that might hopefully just like put us the extra mile ahead. But like really, like on the day, it's anyone's ball.
All of the like people really want to win this year, not because they're really competitive, but just because, well, that too, but just because like, you know, this is our last year to do it. There's definitely added pressure, you know, to.
It's also everyone
perform
expects
well.
the 6 years to win. Everyone's like, oh, 6 years gonna win, and so we are. By the way, yes, definitely going to.
That's on camera now.
Witnessing the minute you walked in the door. Okay, so our main thing is that we need to know the difference between that head mix bender and the one where we do 3. Off, 2, 3, 4. Off, 2, 3, 4. And then it's spend normal one, okay? So do you guys want to do that? Okay, we go back. Everyone goes up and then down and down and then up and then down. Everyone does that. Off, 2, 3, 4. Up, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
I would be inclined to take it slower than faster, because it is the kind of piece that can run away with the
And we have
itself.
lots of naturals and accidentals like next to each other, and sharps and all that jazz. So it means that whereas the notes are really technical, so if we get any of like that's the only thing about this piece that's actually hard. In the way that there's so many notes that are going in chromatic motion, which means they're missing up a semitone, that if that's what the adjudicator will listen for. Basically, they're going up in steps, which means that the adjudicator will listen for that because that's like the most technical part. So if we don't have that, which is what we're working on now, then if we don't get it now, then we'll never get it when we have the full speed standpoint.
I don't know if I can though.
I used to be.
Because I used to play piano, but when I was like really young, and if Lucy or Charlotte doesn't do it, then I kind of.
Lucy is doing it.
She's
No,
not.
She just texted everyone saying that no.
She
I'm
said
not
no,
doing
and
piano.
she's not doing it.
And then the
Like Mr. Carroll will make her do it, but if Lucy, you've got to do it. There's
Lucy,
no one
you
else who
have
can
to
do it.
Lucy, there's literally no one else.
I'll teach Charlotte. No, you're going over here.
Charlotte,
You're sitting down. Either. I'll show you.
No,
Who are you showing us to? Now that seems very easy. I don't think it is. This. Okay.
I'm not playing.
That's how.
Screw up.
Okay, it's not two more. I think I might be able to do it. Oh wait. What notes are they? Why are you trying to do 1, 2. No! Julia, that's my job. That's my one only job I have. Oh. But just Natasha, we have to also figure out who does what solo notes. Well, I have here who actually plays piano. Who actually plays piano. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. And Charlotte's 4 and more 5 who would be willing to play piano. Like a nice person. Margaret, please. Guys, okay, guys. Who plays piano?
Who plays piano is at least on grade 3 and is
at
like
least.
Legend of
harmonies.
Yeah.
But why did
Should we just
no,
ditch the harmonies?
no, because
When we were doing it, have to ditch the harmonies.
We're gonna have to ditch the harmonies.
We can't even sing it together.
If we don't know the
we don't
words,
even know the lyrics or have a piano player.
Has
So I
everyone
don't think we're worrying about harmonies right now.
If we don't have this by Wednesday, he's gonna.
And if we don't have a piano player, I think we're terrible.
Okay, we need to go through.
Someone.
Who is the conductor? Natasha. Okay, so that's a tick. Who are the solo singers?
The main
one and two.
And then there's
two.
Ashling.
So that's three things.
Get in here. Charlotte. Charlotte. Need to play piano.
Don't start yelling at her. Okay. What happened is
That's
you not to.
No, guys, we're talking to Mr. Carr about that. I'm going to Mr. Carr.
No, it's not fair to make her do it.
But I don't know it. Guys, you need to actually tell us, because if you're learning it, just like someone else has to do it.
It's in a week.
Look, it's in a week. I can be doing
week in a bit.
20 minutes. I could have slept half an hour. I knew nothing. How did she know this was?
Still, I can't mention the thing in a week.
No, should we ask?
I'll run up and tell
Yeah, can you maybe?
What are you asking?
I was gonna ask if I'll go with you because I.
No, you're the conductor.
Yeah, but she's also switching.
Okay, well then you can go to drama.
She can go to drama.
Yeah, because she's on this.
Yeah, no, right.
We can practice tomorrow again. Okay, yeah, no.
Oh yeah, I'm saying she doesn't know. When is Culwick? Next week. I'll just beat Natasha. Where's Natasha? Guys! That's not me. Well, if we miss religion, we're gonna miss our practice. What's the point in that? We're not gonna be able to use that on the day, so why bother using it? Oh, I'm just using for a back. Where's this dude? Oh no, did he? Clara, do you know it now? Oh. Okay, so Lucy, we actually do need to.
Yeah, Lucy, can you just do it for today?
Just today.
And then we'll sort it. We'll get someone to do it for next week.
Wait, who's the conductor?
I was gonna say no.
I'll be the conductor. Ashley, you're redhead. I'll be the conductor. Let me get wrong.
Why would he let us go?
Okay, ready, guys? Well, teachers told us that. She's red. She's not. Imagine there's no heaven. Guys. When I do this, that means
Right.
and if you talk,
Guys, no one can boss us around except for Natasha.
Yeah,
Natasha.
my favorite job. Guys, I hate to tell you, we've only got 5 minutes left. Natasha,
No. The piano and the lyrics.
Finding someone to play.
Yeah.
It's really hard. Our friend that knows it, she won't play it because she doesn't want to.
A pianist as well. Again, it's not the most hotly anticipated job of the year, being the pianist. And there's a lot of work in it. It's quite a thankless job because the pianist and the conductor work together very closely, but it's almost always the conductor who gets all the praise. But without a pianist and without an accompanist, you can't really do Culwick. So pianists are sometimes reluctantly put in place, and especially from first to third year, they find it very hard to put a pianist in place because maybe they don't feel they're good enough, or perhaps they just don't want to.
Sing. Yeah. Loudly, but not too loudly. Yeah. Ready? I know this isn't the perfect, but whatever. I'm gonna do.
This is
That's the intro to the. It's 2 bars before you start. Imagine there's no heaven to kill or die for, and no religion to.
Guys, Mr. Carroll gave us harmonies. We need to do them.
Yeah. Mr. Carroll, you should know this. You should know the last part we have to practice. Ready, guys, we got yes. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. Okay, I have a few notes. Some people I'm not gonna call like names. Okay, yeah, we're gonna find the right topic. Yes.
When we do that bit at the start, yeah, both of them, they just, yeah, I
after. Okay. So I said after. And so basically, some people weren't singing, looking at a few, not going to call names. And some people were like, just tad annoying like that.
Too cool for school.
Yeah, trying to be too cool for school. But anyways, other than that, no, we need to practice the A and the U. Okay.
Okay. So we have more or less all the notes now. Everyone should know their lines by now. So I'm going to start working on dynamics. Okay. Guys, we need to stop making a reaction to everything I say. Like, I know you're being supportive, but it actually just sets everyone else talking, okay? So, with the first line, if anyone has their music today, it has a P, which means quiet. Okay, right? So this is gonna go. So it starts with the minute you walked in the joint, and we're gonna have that quiet, really good diction, which is really important, and yeah, so it's gonna be, do you know what, every time you do the start of a song, it's always kind of quiet and you're telling a story, yeah? So that's the minute you walked in the joint, and really like every consonant at the end of a word has to be heard.
Guys, and make your face like really.
Yeah, more notes like a start. Okay, next. So next we have I can see you were a man of distinction, and we're gonna do a crescendo on a real big spender. So we're gonna go a real big spender, and then we're gonna get louder as we say any guy I see, and then when we bring you off, we're gonna be at forte, which means really loud. Well, not really loud, but like loud for hey big spender. I was about to say hi big spender. Hey big spender, and then when we say spend, it's down to MP, which means it's gonna be a very there should be a difference between the noise between hey big spender and spend, okay? So we're just gonna go from I don't pop my cork for any guy I see, hey big spender, spend, okay? So the same kind of idea. So altos will have, with really good like punctuation, so you're like, would you like to have fun? So like quiet, but you need to make sure every word is heard, yeah? 1, 2, 3.
Minute you walked in the joint, I can see you were a man of distinction. To know what's going on in my mind, so let me get right to the point. I don't pop my.
Okay, so guys, anyone who can come in tomorrow to 8, please do. I'm gonna just go over any queries of lines and just back
guys,
over
stop
that.
talking.
And we're gonna have it at lunch as well. So guys, from now on, basically every lunchtime, apart from a Tuesday, we're gonna have it because that means we don't have to do as many after school or in the morning because I know people have grinds and stuff, alright?
Guys, I know Hannah's not here over the weekend, but who is? That would be willing to practice. That would be willing to practice.
Sunday,
actually.
not Saturday.
Yeah, we should do. I'm gonna in the group chat. I'll make a preference of the days because me and Jemima want to go over the actions with you guys so we can practice them with the song over that week. And then Hannah's gonna walk through. Everyone, you're holding it until Hannah comes to you, and then you start doing that. Hannah's gonna keep looking, keep reaching towards her. Hannah's gonna come here. 1, 2, 3. Alex said.